Και πάλι μαζί σας αγαπητέ ακροατές εδώ στο ραδιοδορυφόρο, ο Βαλάντης μαζί σας και όπως είπαμε έχουμε απόψε μια όμορφη κοπέλα που θα μιλήσουμε μαζί, την Γιάννα Τερζή, και είναι ζωντανά μαζί μας από την Θεσσαλονίκη απόψε. Είναι μεσημέρι εκεί, λίγο μετά το μεσημέρι. And as we discussed to all our listeners that aren't up to scratch with their Greek, we've got Gianni Terzi tonight on our show, all the way from Thessaloniki, and we're really excited about this one because this is probably my first interview where I'm going to get to speak bilingual and both English and Greek, and we're going to have a lot of fun because she's definitely a name that you need to get to know. Gianna, good evening from Australia. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Γεια σας, παιδιά. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank you for inviting me. It's still daytime here. It's 2 p.m. actually.
2 p.m.
Thank you for inviting me, Valadimo. It's really nice to talk to you and to everyone there.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to have you on my show. It's amazing having the opportunity to talk to artists all the way from the homeland, and just having you is
it's an
really.
Opportunity.
Go on.
Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, go.
No, I was gonna say it's an opportunity for us, for everyone over there to to get to know us and just to introduce ourselves to Greeks all over the world and non-Greeks too. Whoever is listening, hello.
We have quite a few listeners on board at the moment, and we have a lot of listeners that, as I mentioned, they listen weekly, but they love the Greek music, but they don't really speak the language. Generation by generation here in Australia, obviously the language gets lost a little bit.
I understand that. It's kind of hard to keep up.
And I think you're very good to talk to because you have had the opportunity to live in two different countries, one that's heavily English speaking and one obviously being Greece. So you're really up to date with that bilingual nature, aren't you?
I try. It's been a while since I spoke in English, but I'm given the opportunity right now to speak again. But I was in the U.S. for around 9 years. So that's where I actually started speaking English, more, in my everyday life and just being more familiar with it. Because, when you learn English here, you think you know it, and then you go to an English-speaking country and you don't really know how to speak it. So it was an opportunity for me to start speaking English, like I do right now. So it was a good experience.
And can you tell us, before we get on to the you of today, tell us about your experience living and working in America and how it differs to Greece and the industry in Greece.
It's so much different because I left here and I actually left while I was on my peak here. Like I had my song which had just become really known, like almost #1 in Greece, and it was my first hit song over here. So I just left around when I released my second album here because I was given an opportunity by a fellow Australian actually, who I still we're still friends today, and she's a part of my life, a big part of my life, and I will always appreciate the opportunity she gave me to actually move to America and try to make my dream come true, which I had since I was a little girl, which was move. I really had a huge love for pop music, for American culture and all of that, which didn't seem in my work because I was actually just singing Greek music and in the, nightclubs and stuff, the way we do it over here. They're going to stop the known bouzouki for everyone who knows. So that's where I was working at. And I was doing really well. And like I said, as I was at my peak of what I was doing, I was just starting to really become who I was trying to be over here and starting my career off. But I really wanted to do that, to go there and to try to cross over as an artist, which was the hardest thing I've ever tried to do. And it actually stayed there for 9 years, and my journey changed a lot and switched a lot throughout that time. But the first thing I tried to do was try to actually build my new music sound over there and start speaking English well and sing in English, which was a whole different thing than singing Greek. And so the first 2-3 years I developed that. It was really hard, like going from the Greek reality to America. And
Mm.
actually we went to Atlanta, which is kind of hardcore for America, which is now it's in the north and the south, sorry. And it's like pure America. It's not New York or California where it's more, universal. Things are more,
What, like more redneck America?
Exactly. So, but it was a great experience. I ended up working on the executive side of the music industry for this big music exec, and I got to know all the producers and the studio people and all the singers that I adored since I was little. But after 9 years, it was really hard. It's the hardest thing to try to break as an artist, especially a foreign artist in America. So it was a whole experience for me. I met and worked with a lot of people that I've only dreamed of, but now I'm back home and I'm really happy to be back home.
So, can you give us an idea of who's the biggest artist that you work with over in America?
Oh. Well, the last one we've worked with, because it was a whole team, it was Ariana Grande, because we were
Oh,
working with her
wow.
producers, Tommy Brown, and a lot of people, a lot of people. Like I had the opportunity of, we were in the studio with Red One, Lady Gaga's producer, for a month because we were developing this boy band, and it was like a lifetime dream coming true for me because I'd never imagined to be in the studio with those people. And a lot of people, like I can drop names all day, but I don't want to do that. But it was like Ariana was one of the artists that we worked with lastly before I left.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That is really good.
Yeah, it was a great because I got to see the real deal, like the hard-working people who've actually made it in America.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and it's a cutthroat industry in America, isn't it?
It is, and especially when you coming from another country and you're just trying to learn everything from scratch and trying to adjust and get in the system and get to know all these people, and it's really like even tougher. And I'm not trying to just say it for me, but it's really tough when you don't speak the language as well and you're just trying all of that all together. It's really hard. It's the hardest thing, like I said in the beginning, the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Oh, wow, wow, that's just amazing to hear.
And it's a huge difference with Greek real. Like it's very different. It's a very small industry over here. Like we're doing our thing, and there's a lot of talent here, and people are trying, but there's no comparison to what's going on over there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That
Yeah.
said really well. All right, before we move on to the Greek side of things, what's your favorite genre when it comes to English music?
I think like the original pop music, but I'm an 80s kid. I was born in the 80s,
Ah,
so
yes.
I got to listen to all the good pop artists like Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston and Celine Dion and Mariah and all those. So I really love that kind of pop music, the big ones, the big artists. Not that I don't like the pop artists today, but it's much more different. But that's where my ear is. Like that's what I loved the most when I was growing up.
Absolutely. Oh, same as me. I'm an '80s kid, and I
There
still
you go.
listen to that today. That to me,
Yeah,
that's pure music.
exactly. It never dies. It's
I,
always
I
there.
I have to be honest. I don't really listen to today's music that much. It
Yeah,
just
I get
doesn't
it.
interest me. Well, I mean, when it
No,
comes to
it's
English.
very different. It's very different. It's very like every day is a new thing. You don't even like there's not even time to catch up to what's going on. Like every day is a new artist, a new song, a new pop diva, a new celebrity. I don't know. It's too much.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right. So, να ζητήσουμε τώρα, γιατί έχει στείλει ένας φίλος εδώ μία ερώτηση
Ναι.
και θέλει να ξέρει, εγώ το ξέρω, αλλά θέλω να το απαντήσεις εσύ. Έχεις συγγένεια με τον μεγάλο Πασχάλη?
Ναι, είμαι η κόρη του, είναι ο μπαμπάς μου. Και ναι, αυτό βασικά να είμαι η κόρη του και είμαι πολύ περήφανη, είμαι πολύ τυχερή που έχω γεννηθεί σε αυτήν την οικογένεια, τους λατρεύω. Βασικά είμαι τώρα εδώ στο σπίτι μου, στο πατρικό μου, γιατί τους επισκέπτομαι. I visited a week ago and I stayed here να τους δω καλύτερα, γιατί I live in Athens and they live in Thessaloniki.
Okay. Yep.
Για άλλη ήθελα να του επισκεφτώ. He's fine, he's doing fine. He has retired. It's been like 8 years που δεν τραγουδάει, που δεν έχει εμφανιστεί. He's resting because he's worked for almost 45 years and he's just enjoying life right now, but he's really well. And και ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ τον κόσμο because they constantly ask and they care and they really love him. And it's still going, like even though he's not singing anymore, ακόμα ο κόσμος τον ζητάει και του εκφράζει το θαυμασμό του. So we're really appreciative of that and we love all of you.
Αυτός είναι ένας γίγαντας της ελληνικής μουσικής.
Πραγματικά.
But thank you for that. I mean, this is not an interview about your dad. This is all about you.
No, it's not. It's not an issue. I understand because he's actually he's like I'm gonna use it even though it's like kind of too much, but he's like a small living legend of like O Τραγούδι, and I'm really proud of him, and I don't mind at all people asking me about him. It's just that sometimes they try to interview him through me, and that's a lot for me because I can't reply on his behalf.
Oh yeah, no.
But I don't mind at all talking about
one
him.
question I really would love to ask you though is how has your relationship with Pascali, with your dad, changed over the years to today? That's something that I'd really be interested to find out.
Here's the thing: when I first started and he took me with him to first start performing, it was really like. It was when I first realized that I am his daughter, because everybody was looking at me like that, and I hadn't really realized because he hadn't brought the celebrity thing home. Like he was this big celebrity and known like in the whole country, but he hasn't brought that feeling home. So I didn't really know what was going on. And when I got on stage with him and I realized who my dad is, I was like, okay, this is going to be hard for me, and it was hard. And a lot of people still filters me through him. And it's hard because you kind of have to prove yourself over and over again. And but when it comes to me and him, he has always been supportive of me and of every decision, even of me leaving the country and just following whatever I wanted to do, my dreams and all of that. And he's always there for me. Like he's really not ever interfering with like in a way that to tell me and to do far from that to tell me what to do or anything like that. But he's really just there for me for whenever I need him. He's been a great dad and a mentor.
All right, beautiful. So do you still go to him for career advice?
I do because he has that. He knows things really well, like to the gut of things. But times change, and he always tells me that this is the way I used to do it back then, but what I'm telling you kind of have to adjust and filter it today because things change so fast. He doesn't even he doesn't have social media or knows what's up with the digital stuff. He's back with a traditional old way where music used to be made back then. So he always tells me that this is what we used to do back then, but don't take it for granted because it's not what works today, maybe.
Oh, of course, yeah. So in other words, he's one of those people that understands that time has progressed and things have changed.
He's not scared. Like he's never the know-it-all person. He's not scared to say, I don't know how this works. You have to figure out yourself because it's different times. So I appreciate that.
Oh, good. Πολύ ωραία.
He's a good dad, yeah.
That's all that matters. Για να ακούσουμε λιγάκι τώρα, πες μας για πόσα albums έχεις, πότε πρώτο βγήκε το πρώτο album σου.
So the first album, I think it was 2006. And then the second one, I think it was 2008. The first one gave me my first, the song Puke Pu. And it was like, I became known through that song.
Yep.
And it was like a great thing for me because I got to experience how, getting on stage and people singing your song was really early stages of my career. But then at 2008, I left. And I kind of stopped there when it comes to Greek stuff. I stopped doing Greek music back then, around 2008. But it was already a few years that I was working and singing before I released my first album. So it was like 5 years total in the Greek music business thing. And
so were you working at clubs and stuff like that before releasing an album?
Yes, I was really trying to, because I had my My dad's label, the one he used to be signed back then, you know, just off the bat offered me a contract, but that I denied because I really wanted a label to come and genuinely ask me to get signed, like I was a struggling artist and all that, because I actually wanted to do it the right way and to experience everything an artist experiences when they start off. So I said no, and then I waited for almost 45 years to get signed by a different label, to do it just the way I wanted it to be done, like the right way for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So so I was singing 5 years prior to when I got firstly signed.
All right. And when you first started in the industry, did you start singing at places such as ones that your dad was, or
Yes.
you were out? Oh, okay. So you worked with your dad quite a bit.
Well, I started off with my dad for a couple seasons, and then I went on my own, and I started singing like at regular, not so big, but maybe more local at the beginning, clubs like that.
Yep.
And then I moved to Athens because I was in Thessaloniki at the beginning, and then I
Yep.
moved to Athens and I started working next to big artists again, and then I got signed. My first song was out, and I was climbing that scale, going up. It was a great experience. It was like 7 or 8 years that I did that. The nightlife, which I have to be honest, I didn't love when it comes to what time you get on stage and what time you get off stage, because it's really hardcore.
Όλα αρχινάνε πολύ αργά εκεί,
It's really late and your life gets upside down. Like you get on stage the first at 1 a.m. and then the whole club closes at 6 a.m. It's like really hardcore.
Yeah, whereas here in Australia they open at 8 and we close at 1.
Yeah, because that's the normal human thing to do.
Yeah, but it is the normal thing, but όταν πηγαίνουμε εμείς όμως στην Ελλάδα, ούτε ξέρουμε τι είναι το ύπνο. Δεν κοιμόμαστε καθόλου.
Because you come here for vacations, you actually enjoy it. When that's your lifestyle and you get to do that every day, it's not that fun.
Yeah, it's different.
It's not that fun, yeah.
Now, this is one thing I wanted to touch on, or I wanted to ask you, and actually some people have sent me messages asking me to ask you about this. Here in Australia, I don't know why, but we have this big fascination about Eurovision.
Here too, in Greece too.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know it's huge in Europe, but here in Australia, so far away from Europe, and I just don't know why, but we have this big fascination. And obviously there's been a lot of success, with the Greeks and the Cypriots and the banter that we have with the other Europeans when it comes to Eurovision and all that. Now, you were an entrant in 2018. So can you tell us a little bit about your experience in Eurovision?
Well, it's a whole different platform, and it gives you the opportunity to be heard in different countries. So that's a huge opportunity on its own. Like the minute you release your song and you are announced to be the representative of Greece or whichever country, it's already a huge deal because you're introduced to a whole different audience that's much bigger than your countries. So it was a big opportunity because there was so many people that loved the song on Iromu, and it hit millions on YouTube, and it went straight to #1 on all platforms. It was a great success before I went to Portugal to participate. There were a lot of things that went wrong with my performance, and but the whole experience I'm trying to look at as a positive thing because of the people that have approached me. The last two, they still talk about the song. They still text me and send me messages about the song. So that's a big deal for me, because what you need is a connection with people. And of course, I would really want to do better in the competition, but it didn't go. It was a lot of issues.
So can you give us a bit of a, I mean, as much as you can, if you really want, can you give us an insight at what went wrong and what should have gone right?
Well, I think it's communication within the team, firstly, because there was a lot of issues. There always are with the Greek song and the Greeks going there, the whole Greek mission. But this year in particular, there was a lot of backstage things going on that weren't supposed to be going on, which I can't, and I haven't really talked about, only because, not because I want to hide anything, but because I don't want to take. People are really enthusiastic about Eurovision, and they're really expected to happen every year, and it's all in a positive like atmosphere and such. So I'm trying not to say much because people that don't really care, to be honest with you. Like, that's just gossip. They only want to know what the next Greek song is going to be and what the dress is going to be or the appearance or whatever. So I'm trying hard not to ruin it for it, but I have to be honest also with whoever is listening that, to me, because I was a little kid and I was admiring Eurovision since I was 4 years old, it was a conflict. Like, I don't know today if I'm a big supporter, because I got to see things backstage that I don't appreciate, and it really cost me a lot of peace of mind
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
participated. So
And
it
I mean,
wasn't a great
that's
experience
a
when I
genuine,
went there. Yeah, but that's my honest like take on it. I don't usually lie. I don't want to go into details, but it was really hard what was going backstage for me. It was really hard, and I had little support to go through it. So still, I
wow.
appreciate each and every person listening to the song, and I'm not just saying that. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart, because the text messages I received explaining how they love the song, that means the world to me.
Look, I'll tell you one thing. My wife absolutely adores your song. She loves
Thank you so
Oniromo,
much.
and she's
Thank
got
you.
it on her playlist. Every time we get in the car, it's one of the top 10 tracks that plays, because she just said, you know what,
uh
it's got such a beautiful meaning to the song.
this is the
So,
deal. Like, it's the first time, like, I came back from America and I had missed Greece so much, and we sat down with the team and wrote this song word by word from the bottom of my heart. Like, we actually mean each word. We dedicated to Greece and Greeks. We love our country, and I'm not just saying it, but it was like meant to be written, this song, for Greece, and till today we're really proud of this song.
no, well, you know what? We were proud of you. And like every
Thank you,
competition,
Vladimir.
there's
I
always
appreciate it.
stuff. There's always stuff that happens, which sometimes is out of our control. But you did us proud.
Thank you
And
so
it
much.
doesn't
Thank you.
matter whether you got to that final or not. The point is, you still represented our country, and you
Thank
did
you
your
so
best. You
much.
gave it your best. Um, and it definitely, from that point onwards, here in Australia, everyone's like, who's Gianni Terzi? You
Yeah,
know?
that's another thing that they no, you actually get put on the map on a wider audience for what, like, it's not the same to just be known in your country, and then all of a sudden you participate in Eurovision. A lot of different kind of people all over Europe and in the world get to know you, so that I cannot not be appreciative about it. I really, like, I am. It's little details that wasn't correct, but when it comes to that, it's an opportunity.
Yeah, beautiful. Um, I, one thing I really want to know, and this is my
Mm-hmm.
last question on Eurovision. When it comes
Mm-hmm.
to competing in Eurovision, obviously you have the first stages where it's in Greece, where they select who's going to represent the country.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
does it come down to you as an artist as to what song you're going to perform, or is the song selected for you? Obviously, the song is
No,
yours, but is it selected for you?
No, each artist usually works prior with a producer or their team, and they write a song and they present it as a whole thing. Like, this song goes together with the artist.
Yep.
So then Earth choose whoever sponsorships it. Then they pick the artist, the different songs of the artist. But the selection is not being done separately. Like, this is a song and this is the artist. Usually the artist suggests a song, and that's how it goes.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, just to finish up, can you
Mm-hmm.
give us an idea now? What's your plans? What's the next step? What's the next big thing for Gianna Terzi?
Well, I started doing some live shows, and then the virus came
No.
in all of our lives, and
Αυτό το
it's an industry
σκασμένο
that
κορονοϊ.
I know, I know, and it's really hard on like this industry in particular, and a lot of other industries was really hit hard by it, because it's about people gathering and going to live shows. So, as you understand, that's not possible now. Δεν συμβαίνει με κανόνες. It's been done by rules. Certain distance in between people and, much less people that can fit into a live show.
Εδώ στην Αυστραλία δεν μπορούμε άμα πάμε σε έναν κλαμπ, δεν μπορούμε να πιούμε και να χορέψουμε. Ή είναι να πιούμε ή είναι να χορέψουμε. Φαντάσου τώρα.
Sometimes Australia with the laws and the rules, it's really weird. Some things are really weird that you do down there.
Trust us, we're very weird down here.
I know. I'm saying like you're allowed to dance, but you're not allowed to drink. That's really weird.
No, that's the truth. And but on every weekend, I'm a DJ for weddings and for different Greek functions. And I haven't been able to DJ at a wedding since March. And now the rules are we can have weddings, but you can't have Greek dancing and drink at the same time. So I'm thinking, well, Gala, where's the διασκέδαση? I mean, Έλληνες είμαστε, ένα ουζάκι και ένα χορευτικό.
I'd rather get married some other time.
But sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. No, I was just saying that, so that's on hold now, like doing any live shows, at least for me. And when it comes to releasing new stuff, I will be releasing a new song, which is a collaboration in September, either the 11th or the 4th. We haven't decided yet. And we just shot the music video for it. It's a big thing for me because it's like this duet that I really was longing to do, and I really, really, really hope that people, are gonna like it as much as we did. I'm really, really excited, looking forward to it.
Well,
it's going to be September.
We're looking forward to it too, and we look forward to everything that you do. Well, I do, and hopefully now that everyone has listened to you and heard you and got to know a little bit more about Gianni Terzi, we'll definitely be pumping it a bit more here on the station for you.
I actually can't wait if everything goes well with the virus and everything. I can't wait to be back in Australia because I haven't been since I was 19.
Wow!
I would really want to come back. Yeah, maybe perform there.
So when you last came, did you come as an artist or?
Yeah, but it was my first time singing, and I just was doing these two songs right before the other artists came on stage, and it was like really early stages of me singing. I can barely remember when we went. It's really, when we were tour, everything happened so fast. I didn't really get to see much, so I'm looking forward to coming down there when everything is good for everyone.
Well, you have connections in Australia now, so you can make it last a lot longer this time.
Yeah, exactly.
No, fantastic. And I want to, now that I have you on, I want to take this opportunity to thank the team from the Facebook page, Greek Music to the Max, and also our friend Maria for hooking us up with this interview.
Yes, Maria, Nina, and the whole team. Thank you so much. Always there for me. I really appreciate it.
They are very supportive of my show and have helped me quite a bit with bringing named artists onto it. And I told you when they first said, "Oh, do you want Gianni Terzi?" I go, "Oh my God, I'd love to talk to her." So I really appreciate your time.
Too, Maria. No, I thank you for inviting me. Thank you, Maria and Nina and the whole family and Greek Music to the Max for giving me the opportunity. It was really nice talking to you, Valadimu. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Χίλιες φορές ευχαριστώ, Γιάννα.
I hope we talk to you soon.
Yes, definitely. And hopefully we can, next time we talk, it will be in person. Whether it be here or whether I should have, today I was meant to be on an aeroplane going to Rhodes. But as you know, I'm not allowed to travel. Yeah. So δεν έγινε, αλλά του χρόνου άμα είναι όλα καλά θα είμαι εκεί στην Ελλάδα και άμα βρω την ευκαιρία θα σε βρω κάπου και θα πιούμε ένα πιωτό μαζί.
I would love to. It's gonna happen. I would love to see you.
Να σε καλά. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Φιλιά σε όλους.
Καλό σου απόγευμα.
Επίσης, bye bye.